my assignment is the way that I really talk about it. Like, my assignment is to be a conduit of radical self-love, and then to practice that inside myself, and then to share that practice with the collective. That's what I do.
Where would you consider the places that made you you, or where do you come from? What are your roots?
My father was in the military for 20 years, so we moved around a lot. So home is a very complex conversation for me. Yeah. I think in my more recent years, like, home is me. I am my own home.
I know I definitely feel like more, kind of coherent, at this age with my existence, but I definitely feel like growing up in Minneapolis, I wasn't able to feel loved as a Black girl. I think part of, my roots is really all of these things that I experienced as a kid, and then also the way that I've continued to seek and just try to find home. Like you're talking about, so much of home is in your, the places that you find it in other people or in your own body.
It's so powerful. It's so yoga, right? I know that we share some overlap as authors.
That's what I was thinking.
Particularly writers for young people.
Writing for me and reading, particularly Black feminist queer thinkers, growing up, activists, revolutionaries, really sort of fed me, as a young person. So when I, got to be in the position to work with young people, a lot of it is how do I give them access to liberation way earlier than I did, with way less red tape and complexity. And it's interesting how, some of these things that are what shape us as a young person, how they kind of activate and necessariness.
They become our work, right?
Yeah.
They become how it is we move through the world. And I don't think I've ever made the connection in that sense until you just said it.
So I was going to ask you, what has been your experience and relationship with Kripalu?
It's a new relationship. We just started dating back in November of 2022.
We started in August.
And it was an invitation to come rest. As a child of neglect as a result of substance addiction, care has been a fraught conversation for me. It's been a challenge. It has been a deep wound. And so to have an organization that people say, hey, we just want to come care for you, is profoundly healing.
I always think about my mom who worked cooking in basements, her whole adulthood. Yeah. And my mom is a Taurus, so she loves luxury and pleasure. Yeah. Even more so than me. Part of me is y'all should be inviting my mom. My mom would be up in all of these places just living it up. And so my dream for Kripalu is that what does it look like that it's not just people who got it like that, who get to experience this.
Right. I want a giant cookout. I want a giant cookout on that grass with all kinds of people that you would have never imagined being here.